Getting HR documents through Peninsula and not through a solicitor would probably save us thousands of pounds in a given year, quite easily. My name is Neil Enscat. I'm the founder and CEO of NECL Consulting Limited. We provide a range of services, mostly to ambitious SMEs and to charities. They start often with IT services, so we provide computers, software and infrastructure to those organisations to help them succeed. But in addition to that, we more recently provide marketing services, which can include direction, brand, websites, digital marketing, social media, content and pay-per-click services too. I've been a Peninsula client now for about 2.5 years. Before, we were a smaller business and we were just based in London. We hadn't opened the North East office at that point. So back then we would use a big central London law firm. We'd be using their employment law department for providing all of our HR related services. What I think is typical with using that kind of service is you are typically on the clock, which means that they start a clock when you call and when they start work and they stop the clock afterwards. And these were often at quite high hourly rates as well. So that caused us a bit of a problem in that it made it quite difficult to work out how much a particular issue or opportunity was going to cost us. It meant that we couldn't fulfill our need from an employment law and HR perspective without spiralling costs. So it basically meant that every time we were calling, we were being charged for that time. So therefore, a lot of HR issues were unfulfilled within the business. We couldn't afford back then to have the full suite of documents that we subsequently realised that we needed because the cost would have just been prohibitive. The thought process behind signing up to Peninsula was that we were looking for a service that we could be on a subscription where we could pay a fixed monthly amount for what we were having and be on an unmetered basis so we could call them as often as we wanted without being charged any extra. I describe Peninsula Support as good value because they provide a fixed monthly amount for all the services that we require, and they also provide a very friendly and available service. What appealed to us was the fact that we could call them and lean on them as often as we needed without incurring additional unexpected costs. The documentation, I think, was the first stage that we addressed, which was a need that they identified as part of the initial engagement piece. The documentation, there was a lady called Maria in Scotland who helped us with that, and she helped us drawing up, I think, 9 different documents that were essential for securing the relationship with our employees. The employee handbook, once it was in place, benefited us to improve the relationship that we had with our employees because it puts everything in writing that people were assuming. So getting HR documents through Peninsula and not through a solicitor would probably save us thousands of pounds in a given year, quite easily. We'd recommend Peninsula to other businesses such as ourselves because they are terrific value, they provide a terrific service, they're all incredibly knowledgeable and incredibly available, and it's a great all-round package.